testers, you got some hoof. I can get a pair of hoof testers, and I guarantee you, we can drive down this road, and I can hoof test every single horse on this road, and I can make every single one of them flinch. Hoof testers don't tell you anything. It just, all they tell you is that it hurts.
Yes.
You know? So, pretty much, anybody that knows anything about the foot, I can pretty much watch the horse walk.
Yes.
And I can feel some places on his foot, and I can tell you where that abscess is going to pop out. Okay? I can't tell you where to dig a hole in the bottom of their foot to find it, but from my perspective, that's not what you should be doing anyway. So
got it.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
So anyway, so the heel pain issue that he's got. Now the other problem with him is, and the reason he was better before is, he was very flat-footed, very run forward in the toes. His toes were even way longer than they are now.
Yes.
And his heels were very run under. We had managed to get him up in the hoof capsule at one point, and that was starting to help him a little bit. And we had, whatever this move is to this property and all this abscessing, he's sunk in the hoof capsule again. He's gotten very flat-footed. The reason it's a problem for him, he doesn't when he does that, the frog area of his foot actually prolapses. So it's actually, sticking out like this, not flat, okay? And his heels are sore all the time. And so any amount of that, it compounds for him, and he's more sore and more sore and more sore. What he really needs is to be booted.
Yeah.
And I want to do some glue-ons on him, and I know everybody's really impatient about that, but I can't do it with all this rain.
I totally understand that.
I can't really get him a good glue-on that's going to fit until I can get his toe backed up again just a little bit. But if I come out here and glue boots on him while his feet are this moist, they're going to stay on 2 or 3 days, and it's going to be big. And the problem with that, so you're like, okay, so the boots fall off, whatever. The problem is that you're using a really strong adhesive to do that, and when those rip off prematurely, they're going to rip off a bunch of hoof wall. And so now, you've got a ripped up foot that you're going to try to reglue. So I would rather, if you do it in the right circumstances, I can get him to stay on for 3 or 4 weeks. Okay. And my intention would be to get them on there, get them on good, and leave them on until they fall off on their own. Whether it's 3 weeks or 6 weeks or however long they'll stay on, leave them on. Because if we do that and they fall off on their own, they don't rip up the hoof wall, and I can come right back out here and glue another pet on. Glue-ons are not intended to be done repeatedly. They're a short-term fix, and so what I would like to do is be able to do 2, maybe 3 rounds of glue-ons on him. And the point is to get his heel protected from that constant ground contact bruising for some sort of extended period of time, to get him some relief and get the swelling reduced, and get him back to where he was before he was like this. He's never going to be sound. Everybody out there in the rescue world needs to understand, this horse will never be sound. Right. Unfortunately, his heel pain has been going on too long, and it's too chronic. Even if, maybe if he was 3 or 4 years old and, he was at some fancy farm where we could constantly be working with his feet, maybe, but he's just done a lot of damage. He's actually reabsorbed a significant amount of calcification in his pasterns, but I think the amount that he has absorbed is about all he's going to absorb. But I do think, and it is a little frustrating for me, because if he were in a situation where he could be booted every day, we could just boot him. But the problem is with boots is you can't just put those on and leave them on for days at a time. It would need to be a 12-12 thing. Either put them on in the morning and take them off at night, or put them on at night and take them off in the morning. Or even if we could, like, you came this morning and put his boots on, somebody came tomorrow and took them off. Right. Somebody came the next day and put his boots on.
Worst case, yeah.
You could do 24-24. But number one, the boots aren't going to last when you leave them on 24/7, and number two, it's not good for their feet to leave boots on 24/7.
Sure.
Because the glue-on shell, you realize, only covers the hoof wall. It doesn't come up over
I
the
see.
coronary
Whereas the
band.
other one is going to cover the whole hoof.
Yeah, it's going to cover the whole hoof.
Well, I asked about that just the other day, and I found out that the reason is Michelle doesn't feel like she can commit to putting it on.
Yeah, and I don't expect her to. And so, he's better off than he was. It's just, but, so the other issue, if you can sort of see where he's got this growth line right here.
Yes.
So if you see, it's coming at an angle, and then it flares out to here, and then if this hadn't been trimmed off, this flared out again. Okay?
Yes.
This happened when this was the line where he was when he first moved to this property. Okay? This right here is what has happened over the winter time.
Got it.
It's better than this, but we've had some abscesses in here, and it's still a little bit flared. What he's growing out here is much better, hoof wall, and I believe that he will again come up in the hoof capsule where I had him before. We just have to get him there. So really, all I can do for him right now is continue to trim him and take toe. The big thing for this horse is to continue to try to lower the toe. So he's standing like this. I want to continue to lower the toe so we can try to get him
To stand
like
more
this.
on his toe.
Yeah, we're basically trying to do reverse founder management.
Well, we wondered, Mitch and I were standing here talking about it the other day, and we said, and Mitch just said to me, well, why can't they just cut his toes shorter? You know, and I said,
Well, I'm going to show you why I can't.
yeah, I mean, I knew there had to be some reason.
Yeah.
That it wasn't
Well, I
just
can, but if you think he's lame now,
yeah. Then you're just going to, in other words, you're saying you cut him short, thinking you're going to change the direction or the angle, but you're still going to have...
come on, baby, you can do it. Come on, Simba, I know you can do it. Give me a try. Give me a try.
There you go. Oop, there you go, babe.
He has to make his mind up to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And then
I
he's
don't
cranky.
want to do it, he says. I don't want to do it.
All right, let's do this. Let's try this now. Stand on that. Stand on it. You know how to do it. There you go. You know how to do it. Can you try? Can you try? Can you try?
Yeah. Let me just see if I walk around in front and try and give him a carrot, if it'll distract him enough. Not a bit.
Kid,
Come on, kid. Shh.
we all love you. We think you're very nice. Go do something else.
We don't think you're very nice this morning, Mr. Stinkpot. Not this morning.
Yeah, you can come stand back here if you want to. Have to kind of work fast. You can't stand on that other one either. See, all of this is left over from the abscess.
But the hoof looks real healthy to me. And I look at that
Ow,
white.
sucker.
This frog doesn't look very nice, but
So because he's so run forward,
yes.
I'm right here at the white line. This
Yes.
is all I can take. I can't take anymore.
And why is that now, Mel?
Because I'm right here at the white line.
Oh, okay. See, I mean, I don't know enough
That's
about
like
it.
sticking a nail file up underneath your
Got it,
fingernail
got it, got it.
into the cuticle, into the nail bed rather, not the cuticle. All right, give him a break. The white line is the lamina.
Got it.
That's the structure that glues the hoof wall to the inside of the foot. It's the glue that holds the whole foot together. It's live and it's very sensitive. So you can't get into that or the horse can't walk. It's like I said, it'd be like me ripping your fingernail up off of the nail bed. You wouldn't be able to touch your finger for weeks if I did
So,
that.
do a lot of farriers just cut too short?
Yeah, a lot of times when horses are lame from trimming, they'll be sore for 3 or 4 days afterward. Yes, because you've gotten too far up into the white line.
Okay.
And yes, when that's what happens when you get a hot nail. Okay, that's what a hot nail is. It got too close up into the lamina,
I see.
and it makes them sore.
Yeah.
All right, baby. This one more time.
Even wouldn't want that, huh? So right now, is that frog sore?
No, his frog isn't sore.
It isn't.
No, it's the inside structure.
It's
that's
just
sore.
inside. Okay.
Yeah, not the frog.
And he doesn't get any thrush.
He has had thrush, but no, not really.
Yeah.